everyone. It's good to see you again. Last week we saw some amazing things in Luke's Gospel as we started to look at the wonder of Easter. We saw Jesus coming into Jerusalem on a donkey, and everyone around him got so excited. They realised that this was the promised king. They sang to him, they shouted to him. And there were also some, if you remember, some really grumpy Pharisees. They didn't like Jesus. But Jesus said to them, look, even if you don't like me, even the stones will cry out to me if the disciples don't. Even the stones knew that Jesus was the king. It was amazing. But now, a bit later in the week, we see in Luke's Gospel something else happen. Jesus was with his disciples praying, and then it started to get dark. I wonder if you are scared of the dark. You might have been scared already, but then it got even worse because suddenly they saw the Pharisees, the really grumpy Pharisees that we looked at last week, the chief priests with armed men with swords and clubs coming to arrest Jesus and his disciples. It would have been very scary. The lights were down, it was dark. These guys came with swords and clubs. You would have been really scared, and the disciples were scared. They went crazy. They said to Jesus, Lord, shall we draw our swords and strike them? Shall we fight back with our swords? One of the disciples actually picked up his sword and cut off one of the servants' ears. They were going crazy. They were so scared. What do we do? These people are here with swords and clubs. It's dark. It's scary. What do we do? We should fight back. He cut off a servant's ear. But Jesus said, enough of this. He healed the servant's ear. He brought it back again. Jesus was amazing. He wasn't scared because he was in control. He let them arrest him. What was going on there? Well, Jesus was in control because he is the king. We saw that last week. And he knew God's big plan. Remember, Jesus is the same person who calmed a storm. He healed 5,000 people at once. He healed loads of people. He raised Lazarus from the dead. This was who Jesus was. If he wanted to, he could have thrown all those soldiers off the hill. He could have got his angels down to fight for him. He could have done anything. But he let them arrest him because Jesus was in control, even if it was scary for the disciples at the time. We know that Jesus did that because it was part of the bigger plan for Jesus to die on the cross to save us. He let them arrest him for us because of the big plan to save us. He's amazing. Jesus is the King who is in control. And this means for us, even when we are scared, a bit like the disciples, and we don't know what to do, we can trust that Jesus is in control. He is the King. He is in control. Even if we don't know what's going on, even like this virus, which is scary, we might be scared of that. Jesus is the one who's in control, even when we are scared.